I'm not used to going live. I don't think anyone was gonna come in here and check this out. But if you do need to leave a comment, I'm not gonna address it until later on. Um, obviously, so yesterday I made a video and I put the thumbnail of Tate versus Logan Paul. That actually had a lot of views. 185. I usually don't get views on these type of long formatted videos. Um, and the reason why I got a lot of views because that's a hot thing, and the average view wasn't. Um, it didn't last long, and I'm aware. Why would it? I'm talking about things that people thought I was gonna probably. They thought it was gonna be clicking on something, and they didn't. Who the hell am I? I'm a regular person. Um, it's whatever. It's cool. Um, so I wanna start by talking about FTW. Honestly, I haven't really been paying attention to crypto and things like that for over a year. I haven't really cared because we've been in a bear market. So, um, what um, what happened with FTW is they went bankrupt. Obviously, um, here's a big mistake I made. Okay, um, I don't own my keys on some of my crypto. Some of my crypto I put in BlockFi, right? And I ignored some red flags. And I had an opportunity last week to get my crypto out, and I declined not to. Um, I'm gonna talk about a couple of red flags I ignored, but even not paying attention to what's been going on. But uh, I put some of my crypto in BlockFi so I could gain interest, and they pay you in the crypto that you've put in there. So, uh, trying to beat inflation a little bit, trying to gain a little extra crypto. Um, okay, listen, I'm kind, I'm kind, I'm kind of nervous, honestly. It's so weird, um, because I'm live and somebody comes in and I don't know. It's just weird. I'm not used to being live. So it's not like anyone's gonna watch. So I just need to relax. Um, a couple red flags I ignored in having my crypto on BlockFi where what was it? They took my Ethereum, and this was last week. I noticed that they took my Ethereum and they switched it to some other crypto I never heard of without me. Maybe they asked me if I wanted to, and gave me a notice or whatever, and um, I didn't do nothing about it, but they did that. I also noticed that I don't know. I think it was a couple of months ago. They sent me something saying that you couldn't add more Bitcoin and get the high percent interest that I was getting. So that told me that I should have probably started to get rid of some of my getting some of my crypto out of there, and I ignored that too. Last week I was lazy. I could have got some out. So apparently, FTW has some investments in uh, BlockFi, and right now I can't even get on the app. They're limiting people's withdrawals. You can't withdraw, I guess. You can't add anything. I don't know if it's gone for good. I'm assuming that I just lost thousands of dollars, honestly, um, of crypto. I know that we're in a bear market. This is the low. I'm underwater now from when I initially first bought in. When I bought in at 18,000, and now it's under that. And everything's taking hits right now with tech. I mean, look at Facebook just laid off 11,000 people. Twitter just fired 3,000 people. They'll probably get rid of more people. Um, Tech isn't doing good at all anyway because we're in a recession. Um, but I want people to understand that when you get into crypto, if you don't hold the keys, if you leave it on an exchange, if you trust some third party with your crypto and your keys, you could potentially lose it. Um, Now there's some things going on, and you're not going to get it back. Probably not going to get it back. It's a wild, wild west out here of crypto, and I ignored. I know better. I knew better. I ignored. I wanted to. I risked it. Right. I didn't risk everything. Some people put everything in there, but I put a good portion of my crypto in there, man. I didn't put 10% or 20%. I put probably maybe 30 to 35% of my crypto in there. Um, but it's that's it fucking sucks that probably lost thousands of dollars worth of crypto potentially in the future. Who knows? It could be hundreds of thousands of dollars that if I would have kept in my wallet, things would be different right now. Um, so it is what it is. Um, I I lost $1,000 in fucking GameStop because I was an idiot. Uh, this is the chance you take when you get into crypto. I said in my past videos, maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, BlockFi was good. Um, if you keep your investments, you have to keep track of them. And I've been lazy. I haven't really given a shit. Um, I probably should have consolidated some of my crypto. That's what I was thinking. I probably should have just flipped some of that stuff that I was invested in into Bitcoin and not worried about um, like the technology that I was invested into. But this is a hard lesson, and I'm not. Some people have lost hundreds of thousands, potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars with BlockFi or whatever the fiasco that FTW has done. There's some things going around on the internet and Twitter. I don't know if it's true. There's some, FTW was a huge donor to Democrat candidates such as Joe Biden in the midterms. Um, from what's going on the internet, and probably would get me in trouble for saying so. But I'm a nobody. Maybe I'll go under the radar with a lot of my stuff. Um, from what they're saying is all the money not all the money, but some of the money they're sending over there with our tax paying dollars to Ukraine. Ukraine has invested in FTW. So essentially it's potentially a money laundering scheme. That's what the rumors are. Gateway pundit come out and with some kind of article, so you can see that if this is true, that taxpayers you are funding Democratic campaigns, candidates, or they have. Where's investigations? Where's investigations in Elon Omar? Um, having there's like conflicts of interest. Um, why do they ignore Democratic candidates? Yeah. Right now, it's looking like the Democrats are going to take the Senate. They've already taken the Senate. They have control of the Senate because it's 50-50. This is huge fucking loss for the fucking Republicans. It should have been a domination. It should have been, they should have dominated on the House. They should have dominated on the Senate. But um, it's a whimper of a fucking red wave. It's not a red wave. It's a fucking, it's a trickle, and you can blame Republican leaders for this. Mitch McConnell, Lindsey Graham. Um, they they didn't want to support certain MAGA candidates. They're not helping Herschel Walker right now. What, you know, isn't it weird? I mean, it's not all Lauren Boebert won her campaign, and it took forever for that to be counted. Why does it take so long um, for these elections to be uh I'm just like, I can't talk, I can't think because I'm just nervous. People watching, I'm not, I don't, whatever. Why does it take so long for these elections to be um, figured out? And usually it's a Democrat that wins. I wouldn't be surprised if Kerry Lake loses. It wouldn't shock me at all. Um, why do the Democrats not want to try to fortify our elections or make them so there's no problems? They just want to add more problems with mail-in voting and shit like that, and make it more chaotic and more confusing. You know, shouldn't they want their victories to be not looked at like it's not legit? Um, shouldn't, like I remember when it was the 2000 election and Bush won, and then you seen all these ballots or whatever turn up in garbage bags that were probably for Gore, and there seemed like there was like some shenanigans going on there, and then Bush pretty much just said, "I'm the president," and then he was president or whatever. I don't remember that well, but it just, there was very shady things going on in Florida. These elections should be, there should be no mail-in voting. If you're too scared to go vote or go down in person or whatever, um, then don't vote. Okay, if you can get an absentee vote and go through the process of doing that every single year, do that. I think that we should have to re-register every year. They should just take out all the people who are registered, and we should have to re-register every year. Um, with all the technology we have, we should be able to have confident elections, but we don't. We shouldn't have to question them. We shouldn't have to question them at all. We shouldn't have to think there's some shenanigans going on. Um, like going forward, I don't know what to expect. It's just, you might get a couple investigations out of the House. Um, it looks like probably a lot of nothing. I don't know. I wanted investigations. I wanted the 86,000 IRS agents to be fired. I wanted the Patriot Act to be taken apart, repeal the Patriot Act, start cutting off some of these agencies like the FBI, the CIA, like deleting them or reforming them. Investigations. I want massive investigations on um, pretty much all politicians, um, people who are in the CIA or FBI, DHS, to see their corruption and who they're connected with. Um, I don't think that you should be able to donate to other locations in local elections that you're not registered and that there. I think that that's ridiculous. If you're a company that has a headquarters, you should. I don't. Like, if you're a person, one person um, should not be able to influence an election when it comes to attorney general in another fucking state that they don't live in. They shouldn't be able to send money there. It should only come from local people. I think that the RNC, the DNC, them funding candidates. I think that candidates need to come up with their own money, or it should just be um, the actual state, the Republicans or Democrats in the actual state, not a complete entity. I think that should be illegal. I came out with some things in my book that I thought were pretty good ideas. Um, Maybe somebody can make the idea better, spin it in a better way. But I think it should have been a huge red wave. I do, and um, it is what it is. You know, people want to keep the Democrats in power. I really don't understand why. I don't understand why people like lockdowns. These people are trying to normalize um, indoctrinating kids in school, whether it's grooming in some type of ways, if you know what I mean, or trying to continuously put race, interject race to divide people or make people racist, or, you know, just people just need to, we just need to move on and stop dividing and come together and um, just move on from things. You know, how are you going to hold people accountable now that are fucking have nothing to do with things in the past just because of how they look? I mean, isn't that fucking racist? Um, it's like it's not you can pander and cater all you want, but it's not going to make up for that. Um, for what happened in the past. Especially like generations ago. It's so fucking far. It's and I'm not talking about like the Jim Crow, but I'm saying like slavery and stuff, and the actual people who were fighting to keep slavery were the Democrats. The ones who um they flip everything around. They flip everything around. Um, I don't align with any party. Um, I will flip back and forth uh, based off who follows the Constitution best, based off who is not authoritarian. I realize that society needs some type of authoritarian type of figure or not figure, but like system to keep people in check, because we're animals, and if you have complete anarchy like the libertarians want, basically, it's not gonna work. You have to have some things that are you can't do, and you can't rely on the community when you have um, huge populations of people to take care of it. You just can't. You can in small communities because small communities will hold people accountable, but you can't. You can't. People don't see that what's happening is we're all being distracted, and what's happening is the wealth of America is being siphoned out. Um, it probably these elites and all these rich people will probably leave America when it turns to shit for a while, and um, when we get rid of each other, when we turn into a third world country, if it goes that far, you know, and we thin out ourselves, or like we starve to death or whatever, they'll come back in. They'll come out of their bunkers out and rebuild it over here because this is a great place. Um, it's crazy with the technology how I don't know. I don't know what else to say anymore. It just seems like it's all like it doesn't matter. Like I pay attention to this shit, but what does it fucking matter? Um, I think that we're like post entertainment. Um, I used to love entertainment. I did. I used to love watching movies and TV shows and listening to music. It's just not there anymore. I don't know what it is. Uh, I just have no interest at all in just. I mean, I watched a movie last night with Rocky Marciano, whatever fucking how you say his name. I watched that. I usually don't watch movies though. I have lost interest in video games. I'm not depressed. Um, it's really weird where things are going, man. It's really you got to be extremely careful because you can lose everything and then you can end up on the damn street so quickly, so quickly. Like, why do we have all these homeless people out here? We got all these homeless people and all these people on welfare, yet they keep on trying to bring more people here and let illegal people be here. It's so crazy what we have turned into. It really is. How like man, I just don't give a shit no more about status. I want to look presentable, right? You know, but I'd rather my clothes not have a brand name on them. I don't want to show brands anymore. If somebody can come out with a clothing line, maybe there is, it probably is a clothing line that just you can get and it just doesn't have any type of logo, any type of brand name on there. Um, so I don't want to give these people any type of advertisement. It's like this, like I'm giving people free advertisement. I paid for this and I'm giving them free advertisement. Um, I don't know. I need to cut this off. I never done a live before. Well, I did one. I did one live. It's just weird. It's just I don't know. I need to get more comfortable having a live, um, and not worry about people watching. Um, I don't know if anybody's commented. Um, I don't know. I can't even see it anyway. Uh, anyway, I don't know. I don't know how to really. I never done this. Uh, this out of here. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure this out. I never done this before. Anyway, yeah, that's it for this live.